Hey Carol, hope you're doing well again this week, and hope you got some outside time. It's been pretty good weather. I know there's not really a whole lot you can do with the shutdown, but hopefully that's going to all change soon. Um, so this week I'm doing things just like we did last week. Working with sets and reps instead of time like we did 2 weeks ago. Hopefully, you are still working on that circuit and trying to improve. If not, that's totally fine. It's always there for you, of course, if you ever need it. Um, Before you start working out, again, always jump into your warm ups. They're always posted with your workout. Um, Crossed ankle fold, seated pigeon, cobra. And I'm not sure if we went over these, but those are the wide arm hugs. You're really stretching out that chest, bringing those arms in. And I usually cross my arms like that. I don't know. You don't have to if you don't want to. It just kind of gets that extra squeeze and stretch in them shoulders as well. So again, your workout's still going to be 3 sets, roughly 15 repetitions, and I have you doing one timed exercise for 3 sets, and it's just a balanced task. And you can do whatever balanced task you want to. I want to show you a couple, but they're going to be single leg. If you really want to challenge yourself, I'll get into that when we get to it. But I'm going to jump into your first exercise. So your first one is it's a lunge to curl. So it's a combination of 2 exercises, but one that I think you will enjoy. So again, you're going to get your resistance band, whatever kind you have. And what I want you to do is whatever side you want to lunge on first, put the rope under that foot. And I usually go right there in the middle of my foot. You can put it at your toes, but be careful if you do that because the band might come out and hit you right in the face or something, which won't feel very good. So what you're going to do, you're going to come right here. So I'm sure you can see my feet. They're both pointed straight ahead of me, and I've got a good width or a space between my legs, and all I'm going to do is come down just like that. So I'm going to come down, and then I'm going to curl right back up. Come down, curl, curl. So it should be one movement. If you need to start with 2 movements, go down and then curl, come back up and do it that way. That's fine, but try to get to the point where it's one smooth movement and then right back up. And then of course, you're going to want to do the other side. We don't play favorites here. So again, 3 sets, 15 repetitions there. Your next one is your face pulls. You're super familiar with this exercise. I'm a big fan of it. It's a great way to target your back. So again, I'm going to use a loop. I'm just going to loop my belt just like this. And right behind the doorknob. That's my closet, by the way. I don't think I ever shared what was behind all of these doors. Closet's here, bathroom's there. The rest of the house is through that door there. Again, make sure your door is going to be closed. Otherwise, things going to come flying out at you. You don't want that. So I'm going to come to the side so you can see. Get some tension on the belt, and you get that by stepping further back. And then I like to keep a little bend in my knees. That's totally up to you if you want to do that. I'm a lot closer to the camera right now, so. And then from here, I'm just going to pull it back. You hear my dogs, I'm sure. They actually might go a little crazy because someone might be pulling up in the driveway. Anyway, one thing that I don't think I've ever mentioned in the videos, but I do believe I've mentioned to you at Kaplan when we've trained in person, is proper breathing. I'm kind of guilty of it myself. I tend to kind of hold my breath Not intentionally, it just kind of happens. So if you're ever wondering when you should be breathing out and when you should be breathing in, you're going to breathe out on the hardest part of any exercise, no matter what it is. If it's bench press, the hardest part is pushing that weight above you, like if you're laying on a bench, so pushing it out, that's when you would breathe out. Take a breath when you're lowering it down, and now same for an overhead press. So, or bringing a dumbbell up like this, you'd be breathing out. So the hardest part of any exercise is when you should be breathing out. Is that always going to be the case? Probably not. Like I said, I'm guilty of it myself, holding my breath. You'll know if you're doing it because one, you'll be out of breath, and two, you might get lightheaded, see stars, whatever. So your next one is a single leg balance task. Again, like I said, these can be anything that you want. I'm going to show you a couple, and you're welcome to do them, all of them, or just choose one. Find your own. You can find so many things on Pinterest or even Google, YouTube, any of that. So one of them is just going to stand here. You can keep your hands here. Typically, if I'm going to do a balance task, I have my hands on my hips. I'm just going to bring one leg up, and I'm going to hold it. And I'm going to hold that for however long you want. Another one, you can put your leg behind you, out in front of you. This is getting away from single leg, but you can do, I'm not sure the correct name for this, but just like a heel to toe, I guess is what you could call it. Now this is challenging, even by itself, but standing heel to toe, just like this, and then close one eye and see how much you start to move. I don't know if you can tell in the video, but I'm definitely moving a lot more now that one eye is closed. And do it with, if you close one eye, switch and close the other and keep open the other one. If you really want to challenge yourself, one way you can do that is doing any of those single leg tasks or heel to toe, staggered. The staggered one is, so here is the wider part of my foot, so kind of like at the end of my big toe. I'm going to put my heel pretty much right beside of it. So this one would be a staggered. Of course, this is your normal. So if you really want to make those extremely difficult, instead of just closing one eye, close both eyes. If you're going to do that, if you're going to close one eye or both, I suggest doing it near a wall or a countertop, somewhere where you can have your hands, or you can grab it real quick if you kind of get off balance. But that is the goal. The goal is to challenge your balance, but for you to also make note. So if you can, keep a stopwatch and watch your stopwatch, put it for 1 minute, and count the number of times you mess up, and write it down in a little journal or something like that, and keep doing that so you can see your improvements. Some days you're going to be great, other days you might go backwards, and you may just have an off day and you might do worse. It doesn't mean you're actually going backwards, but the goal really is to complete the task with as very few mistakes as possible, if that makes sense. I probably spoke too much trying to explain all that, so I'm sorry. This video is probably going to be long like your last one, but that is all right. So your next one, last week I had you doing the dolphin kicks, right? And you said you gave those a try. I thought they were pretty cool, but you said that they kind of bothered your back, maybe your sciatica as well. So you said you did an alternate exercise, which was the lying bridge, and you can do this. You know how to do this one. So come down here, and you can keep both feet flat on the floor, and you can hold it, or you can do repetition, which is how I have it listed on your workout program this week. Another one, keep one leg up. Just like that. And again, no favorites, so you can do both sides that way. And that's 15 repetitions, 3 sets, nothing different there. Your next one is a lateral shoulder raise. So you can do this to the front, you can do it to the side. The one I'm specifically talking about is to the side. So you're going to put the middle part in between, which is going to be pretty challenging to bring it up. If that is too hard, then just do one side at a time. And instead of stepping right in the middle, you're going to step more towards one side. Not all the way here, because then it takes away resistance. So step somewhere a little bit past the middle mark. See if I can push this back up. And then from here, all I'm going to do is down to my side. I'm going to bring it straight up. If you wanted to do it in the front, you can do that. You can actually alternate. Side, front, side. And this is really going to get those shoulders burning in no time. Especially depending on the color that you use. Again, the different colors mean different resistance, or you can consider it weight if you want to do that. So do that on both sides there. That's your lateral shoulder raise. It's pretty simple. Again, you can alternate side, front, or you can just do all front. You can just do all side. There's so many different ways you can do the same exercise, but able to challenge yourself even more, if that made any sense. Sorry. Your next one is your chest press, which we've also done in the past. So just like I did with the face pulls, you're gonna make a little loop in your resistance band, throw it behind, around your doorknob, close your door, and grab one on each side. I've got it palm up, or palm down, sorry. So I like to stand staggered, one leg in the front, one leg in the back. If you want to stand with both feet side by side, you're welcome to do that. This is just preference for me. And all I'm going to do, push right out in front of me. If you'd rather the resistance band be above your hand, you can do it that way as well. Some people don't like to have their wrist kind of bent, or to have the band rub on their arms. So that's one way. I prefer to have it underneath, just like this. So it's not rubbing against my arms and burning me or anything like that. So 15 repetitions, 3 sets. Take a break whenever you need to. You already know that. Your next one is a standing bicycle. So we've done this one in the past as well. You're gonna hands behind your head, and opposite knee, or whatever knee you bring up, that's the opposite elbow you bring down. So good way to work those abs right there. Your next one is a challenge exercise, and I have no idea what the name of the exercise is. It's kind of a combination of a donkey kick and a mountain climber. In the past, when I've had you do a donkey kick, you said that it kind of bothered you. So mainly because you're on your knees and putting a lot of pressure on your knees. This one, you're not going to be on your knees at all. You are going to be in a mountain climber position. So I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show it to you from a side angle, and then I'm going to try to do it from a front angle if I can get my whole body in the camera. So First thing you're going to do is you're going to get down in your mountain climber. So what you're going to do, you're going to bring one leg up. My foot is off the ground. That leg that's coming up, foot's off the ground. Now I'm going to donkey kick up, bring it back down. And again on the other side. My back just popped. Felt pretty good. So when you're bringing that leg back here, you should really be squeezing your glutes. So squeezing your butt when you're bringing that leg back. That's kind of like a full body workout in a way. You're really working your upper body because you're having to keep yourself in the push-up position, and then you're working your glutes by squeezing and pushing up and back. So combination of a mountain climber and your donkey kicks. So let me know if you have any other questions though. Again, you're welcome to change any of these. You can change the reps, you can change the sets. You can even change the way any of these exercises are listed. You don't have to do all of them if you don't want to. That's the challenge though. That is the goal, to do every single one of these exercises. So sorry for the background noise. Anyway, let me know if you have any other questions. All right, Carol? Have a good workout.